How many of you experience the workout burnout? The time when you just finally wake up and you're like, I don't want to train today. I don't even want to eat healthy. Has it happened? More than often it has. And I want to give you guys the reason how I overcame this and what I did to make sure that it never ever happened again. Because if you're a dad, if you're a man that actually has been consistent with training in the last, I want to say 5 years, you've experienced this and it's not fun. When you finally hit that wall where you feel like just things aren't working, you're not feeling motivated, you're not even feeling disciplined anymore, what do you do and why does this happen? Let me start off with a story for you. Whenever I was in college, I got really excited. I finally got deep into fitness. I was really working with even professional athletes. I loved doing it on the side. And that's what led me to opening a gym. So those of you that follow me, you know that I've got experience. Over 15 years in the industry, working with even pro athletes. Opened a gym, had a successful gym, and now I even write and do a lot of publications on the side for many fitness magazines where you guys always read and understand exactly what I'm trying to convey. And that happens to be with one of these big topics. How do you stop it? So what me really can do, and I want to explain this to you nice and clear because I had this happen. I became really obsessive with training and I realized that it was fun and I wanted to wake up. I wanted to get working out because I saw the immediate results and I started seeing the success and also the dopamine effect of training. It has a great thing that does stimulate the body, makes you feel like you're doing something. But then there's always that evil drawback. And after years and years of doing this, my results started plateauing. I started then having a lot of gut issues from a lot of stress. I started sleeping poorly. My testosterone started tanking miserably. I started feeling fatigued and like I didn't even want to go to the gym anymore. I started really even not progressing with weights and started to feel like actually I was regressing and looking flatter and even more weak. So what did I really do? What did I do to change this outcome? And I experienced the burnout. And actually it's what led me to have a lot of different issues with autoimmune and actually with hormones. And then I had kids, both of them under 2, trying to pivot a gym, moving into a new business space. All these things become very difficult for the average man because a lot of you guys are battling the same things with work, stress, kids, family, jobs, and your duties become so much more. You've got to remember that your training time has to be treated like hot lava. That's how you avoid the burnout. You only go hard when you're in the gym, and when you're out, you become husa. Right? Like Yoda, you're nice and calm. You don't stress your body outside the gym as much as you can in because you can't out-train bad recovery. Now, we get it. There's always life, kids, jobs, families, duties that come in part to this thing that actually is what we love doing, which is training. So to say that you're not going to be stressed during that time is it's not plausible, but you can control it. So how? Is you start then cycling your training. This is what makes mainly the biggest difference. Having structure after kids is huge. Men even go through a time period right after they have kids where they have higher levels of prolactin and oxytocin, both that can increase estrogen in men. And what does that do? It's gonna start down regulating things like testosterone. Naturally, it even does decline up to actually 1 to 3% per year per man. And that's tough to swallow, especially if you're not sleeping and eating right. That number is dropping significantly from the time you're 30 to the time you're 50. So you've got to control your structure training. 3 days, 4 days a week are plenty good for you to hit the weights. Add in some cardiovascular work with lots of walking throughout the day. Make sure that you know that you take days off. It might be a hard reality, but you're not 20 anymore. You can't go to bed at midnight, wake up at 3 a.m., chug a Red Bull, hit the gym, and start seeing veins in your arms. It's just not going to happen. So you've got to learn that your time in the gym has to be like hot lava. You use it, you go hard, but then you take more time to focus on the recovery. When I began doing that, and I started seeing that 3 to 4 days of weight training with a few days of sprinkled in cardio, got me better results, got me better sleep, got me better hormonal health, got me better mood, and got me actually seeing progress that I never witnessed in my life. I put on 18 pounds of solid muscle, 18 pounds. Yes, it took 7 years, but for those of you that think that you can't, you can. Unless you're really enhanced with steroids, you can do it much quicker, but I did it the right way. And I'm now rocking a lean body at 188. And I'd much rather have that than a 160 pound frail person that was working out every day, not sleeping, driving testosterone down, and feeling like I've got a dad bod. So the choice is yours. You can avoid burnout, but you've got to first, number one, structure and do less. Less, but do it more intently. Do less, do it more intently. You've got to make sure you prioritize your sleep and your stress. Those are keys to helping your body what? Recover. You got to fuel. I highly suggest going low inflammation type diets. That's going to help keep inflammation out, which will keep your body working in a systematic way. So we keep inflammation going out, stress response coming in from your training, adapting with what? A protein rich diet, and then you convert it into muscle and you start seeing the progress. So I hope this really gives you an awesome overlay of how you can see success. And I want to see you avoid the workout burnout because there's nothing worse than hitting that. So remember, less is more. Make sure you do that less more intently. Hopefully that helps, and make sure you like, subscribe, and give me a good shout out because I love helping a lot of guys see that less can be more when you start really dialing in what you're doing.